Hello. Well. I think I got my voice back for the first time in 5 days, 6 days, who knows. But anyways, we have to read the disclaimer. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with the host and other viewers in real time, and remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community guidelines. Well, hip. God bless you all. God bless America. Here we go again. Got myself a little bowl that I'm going to start turning here. I like walnut. Walnut, and this is the Limba. That's what that is. So anyways. I'll invite a couple of people, whether they want to watch me or not. Here we go. There's my kiddos. I don't think she's on. Well. We're going to invite a few people, whether they want to watch me or not. So, I'll send that off. They probably won't watch me anyway. Anyways, I watched William on here. William, are you there? I watched him last night for a couple hours at least. Also, man, that bowl turned out so beautiful. Okay, hi. 9:06. Let me get my eyes on. Anyways, he turned a epoxy bowl with a bunch of wood and stuff in it. Awesome. Turned out beautiful. He did a really good job. He's quite the craftsman. Sherwin. How you doing, Sherwin? Awesome. Thanks for coming by. Are you still here? Nope, you're gone. Okay, well, I try to say hi to everybody. I might miss a few because they pop in, pop out like we all do. But good morning. I'm in Arizona, and it's 5:36 Arizona time. And I'm gonna turn my cooler on, put it on low so I have a little air out here. But anyways, I'm gonna get going here. I just thought I'd wait for a couple of people to join me in. Might be somebody watching. I had laryngitis for a week, and then I guess Friday, I just was on the couch. I couldn't get enough sleep, and I had my grandson over. I didn't have a fever or anything, but I just was out. And thank God for my wife taking care of it and seeing it through. I had a bunch of plans to turn something on the lathe with my grandson, the twin of the other one I had turnable with live. I had Nolan before, and we went live, and then I was going to do his twin brother, Evan, here. I had something all set up, and I couldn't do it. It was just a bummer, so we'll just do that at another time. But looks like I got a good connection, and so on and so forth. And we got it all plugged in, and we're make sure I got this thing charged up, ready to go. But, a lot of people want to just watch me work. Well, you know what? I like to chitty chat with people and find out where they are. And if you got a question, I'm not an expert. Been doing this about 14 months. There's quite a few people that turn stuff on here, and they're really good. I learn a lot from these guys, and we all learn from one another. You know, I don't know how much I could offer, but you learn from your mistakes, obviously. So anyway. It's a beautiful day so far outside. It was 100 or 101 out here in Arizona yesterday. Getting a little warm, but that's nature of the beast in Arizona. It's going to get hot. Ain't no getting around it. So, well, I hope everybody's doing well. I know we haven't been hit with this gas shortage thing here in Arizona yet. So, but You know, it's hitting the southern states, and I kind of have my theory on why, but I ain't gonna say because it's just my take on it. Here we go. I'm not sure what this is gonna look like, but it'll be nice. I love this wood. This has got some real beautiful marbling in it. You can see a little bit of it right here, if you can. And then, of course, the walnut. Walnut is a great wood to turn. If you have never turned walnut before, yeah. Oak is not one of my favorites. It's tough to climb through, you know, so. Anyway, I'll get started in a minute. I got to get primed up here. I've been up for a while, which is always the case. I was just waiting for the wife to get it before I make any noise. Got my Gatorade, got my tissue on there to keep dirt out of the little hole here. So, well, I know there's like 300 and some people that are on this thing that follow me, I follow them, whatever. So if you're awake, obviously you are, pop in and say hi. Just let me know where you're at. Hey, somebody popped in, popped out. Hey, that's what they do the whole time I'm on here, it seems like. I got the poppers. Pop in, pop out. Yeah. Well, let's get going on this thing. What the heck, right? Hey, William, how you doing, bud? I stuck with you the whole time last night, bud. I'm a diehard. That bowl came out crazy, buddy. I'm doing good, man. I could actually talk for the first time in like a week. It was pretty rough, you know, but hey, that was one day I went down for the count when my grandson was over here, and I was going to go live with him. He's the twin of the other one that I was on live with a while back. Had it all set up, and I hit the couch, and I was pretty much just couldn't stay awake. It was just terrible. But anyways, I'm back in action, and he and I will, yeah, Yeah, it's the battle of the ages, huh? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I had it all planned to do a live with the twin brother, and they're both 5 years old now, and I started them on a lathe when they were 4. They So I get them up here. We just whittle on some wood and we have a good time. And but I put everything on YouTube that I do. I download this right now, the live on my phone, and then I upload it on YouTube, and you can see everything on YouTube. That I go by Ed the Desert Rat, which is Ed with 2 D's, by the way. Ed the Desert Rat, and everything on there, mostly just family stuff, grandkid stuff, life stuff, and all the stuff that I do, even my reveals I put on there, just throw it on there because when I'm gone one day, my grandkids can see me and them together. So I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, I loved your work last night. That was awesome. Yeah, Ed the Desert Rat. That's what we call ourselves in Arizona. We're desert rats. So that's how I got my little logo that I use. I Ed the Desert Rat, Desert Rat Wood Creations. Like I said, it's not a business. I'm like you. I just do it for fun, and people want me to get a website and all that stuff. I wouldn't even know what to do. I got a grandson he's a computer genius, and he builds websites. He's only 16. He codes computers. This guy's brilliant. Anyway, so yeah, I've been thinking about that too, about getting the carbine chisels. They have some where I go get my exotic wood. They've got some carbide, but I just kind of backed off because maybe I just haven't thought about it. But after last night, I'm definitely gonna consider get me some carbide tips too. But I have not done it, obviously, any of the epoxy yet. I think I told you my friend Larry that lives in California now. We grew up together, known each other forever. My best buddy, and he builds snare drums. He builds the hulls, puts the hardware on it. But he's a professional drummer, been drumming all of his life. But now he builds drums, and you ought to see some of the work that he does on these drums. Gorgeous, they're beautiful, and he uses all kinds of different exotic woods. And he pieces them together and makes the hull. He may even build his own jig to make the hulls, to turn them. Crazy. It's good stuff. But yeah. That bowl turned out beautiful. You're really inspiring me to kind of get involved in that. But I'm getting close to doing that. I've got some other stuff over there lined up. And I'm working on this one. This was the walnut, and this is that lumba wood. It has a lot of marbling in it, so there it is, marbling. You can see that. I call it marbling, just grain. Pretty wood, but I got a few of them lined up, and yeah, Larry can build anything too. He's quite the craftsman, but he works real slow. He's a real slow moving guy, except when he gets on drums. Then he kills them. He's a master. He's quite the drummer. But anyways, I'm gonna have to post some of his stuff on here, but I want to make sure everybody knows I didn't do it. I just want to do it to show you the creativity of this guy that can build these beautiful drums. He just makes snare drums. That's all he's set up for right now. But he has not been able to make a full set because he's not set up to make a floor tom and tom toms and basses and whatnot like that. But yeah, there it is, the marbling. Anyways, but I've got my Gatorade. Been drinking a lot of that. Maybe you've seen this before. It's backwards. Desert Rat Wood Creations. Awesome. I had someone make that for me. I know you saw this little bowl. This is that that leopard wood. I think I showed it to you the other day, but I've taken it off the mount and filled in the little screw holes for the mount. But it's kind of nice, you know. I'm not crazy about it, but I think this leopard wood would be great for make a coffee table out of it because of the uniqueness. Maybe some frames for pictures or shelving or something, but maybe cabinets. But to turn, it was a booger. You know, it was a real booger. But, so yeah, you had quite a few people last night watching your stuff. We were all pretty excited for you, you know, turning that first epoxy bowl. But golly, that yellow wood inside there, it kind of looked like a yellow heart, but I can't remember what you told me it was. What was that yellow piece in the middle there? Says I got a good connection, so I guess we're still hooked up here, William. Hope you can hear me. I got my little swamp cooler on over here. In Arizona, we can use these. Oh, Osage orange. Never heard of that. You know, you're talking about wood that I'm not real familiar with. Some of it I am, but a lot of it's Greek to me because I'm a desert rat. But if you got a place, you have a place that you can go to for exotic woods. I know you don't need any wood, but do you have something like that close by? Because it's pretty cool just to go in these places. It grows in Texas a lot. Oh, okay, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, but some of these exotic woods, you can't even pronounce their name, let alone afford them, because they're like $26, $7 a foot, probably more now because of all this these prices of wood has just gone crazy. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I gotta. I don't know if I imagine they would let me do a live video or maybe a 1 minute video of some exotic woods and post down here. Kind of cool. I'll think about that. I don't go there too often because it's dangerous. It would be easy to dump a lot of money in that place if you wanted to. I'll go and spend 30 to 50 bucks each time I go just to get a few things and I'm out of there because you know how it is when you're addicted to the woodworking thing. You want to go out and buy everything you can. I know. I always tell my wife, you better go with me because I'll walk out of here with $5,000 worth of wood. But she knows I won't do that. But yeah, she went with me a couple of times. She goes, wow, this is really nice. It's the place I go to, I think I've told you, it's called Woodworker's Source. I guess it's local in Arizona only. I don't know. But you walk in and it's really clean. They've got tools, not a lot, but stuff that, you know, guys like us would just love to have. And they got chisels, and they got some carbines too. And considering that now bigger, more and more now that I watched you last night. But and they got miscellaneous thing, but inside they got all the exotic woods in it. But when you first walk up to the building, they got some bins with remnants. And that's what I usually try to get because it's usually a decent price, and I get 10% off for being military. And then in the back, kind of like a Home Depot, where they got it all stacked up in these places, you know, you put the wood in everywhere. There's wood everywhere, and they got it, and they'll mill it for you too. However you want it, they'll mill it down. However you cut it, it's pretty awesome. They're set up pretty nice, you know. So pretty awesome place. It's the only one that I know in town. I don't have to bring it in because I'm not in an area like you, obviously, that you can just go out in the forest and pretty much get what you want, you know. And so you're well stocked the way I understand it. Yeah. Well, shoot. Yeah, I started rounding this off a few minutes ago. I start off. Seems to work for me anyway. I use a 1-inch gouge to start rounding this puppy off, and then I just get, like most of us, we just see how it goes and let it take its own shape. I don't really have a blueprint in my mind. I just kind of like watch it happen. I think that's kind of the fun part. We don't know what's going to happen until we do it. So, yeah. I got to lower my backdrop. You can't see it, but I try to condense all the chips and wood and sawdust in one area so it's less to clean up. I've got a styrofoam thing set up right here. You can't see it right there, and it kind of keeps most of it in here. And then I got a backdrop that you probably seen me before. I didn't have this, man. It's wood chips everywhere, all over my stuff. You can see I got stuff back here. But you lower this down so I don't make too much of a mess. It helps out. This really helps. It kind of just keeps everything here, and no fuss, no muss, hardly. But, yeah, I had some spare styrofoam that I used to insulate my garage door, and I had remnants of it, so I made this little shield right here. You know, so it worked. And then my little swamp coolers, you can't see it. Now, you know what a swamp cooler is? It's water cooled. It goes over the water pads, it sucks in the air, and then blows out. You can't have them back there where there's a lot of humidity. yeah, you can concentrate. You know, the thing about it, I tell everybody, if you have, the ideal setup is have just a room for a lathe, because you can concentrate everything in one little space, but I don't have that. I just got a double garage. It's packed full of stuff. You know, but here's my swamp coolers. I got two of them. And it knocks it down about 10 degrees out here to, like, if it's 115 or 110, it'll be 100. And maybe 10 degrees is a big deal in Arizona. If you can knock 10 degrees down off the heat, even in this garage, you know. So, and my garage door faces the south. So I get beat pretty good with the heat, so that's why I had to insulate that metal door. But anyway, I'm gonna push this back in over there. I got it hooked up to a garden hose. I got it all fed in over there where I can fill this thing up full of water. It keeps me cool. But like I said, wouldn't work for you out there where it's humid. Yeah, I wished I had just a room just for my lathe. And I'm like you, I'd like to have a bigger lathe, but I don't have the room. That's why I chose to get this little guy, like you did. Everybody kind of starts off small, and it's working for me for what I do, you know. But we always think bigger after we go, I could do this, I could make a big thing, you know, and who knows, maybe over one day. I have to make some adjustments in my garage to accommodate some big old lathe that weighs a ton. But, yeah, I know. It's hot. But I'll tell you what, people remember a few years ago New York was getting like 6 feet of snow. You remember that? And I'm thinking those people probably thinking, well, you know, 115 degrees sounds pretty good right about now. When you're at 6 foot of snow, you go, that would be good. And you know, you only really get 3 months of hot weather, and you're through it. And you got, excuse me, you got like 9 months of really pretty nice weather out here. You know, so you really can't complain, but everybody complains every summer how hot it is. Well, we got air conditioner. Thank God for that, you know. So, AC in our cars, AC in our house, you can get through it. But, well, let me get chipping away at this. Let's just see what happens. Let's just watch how it goes. But I love walnut. I love working with walnut. It really works well. I don't know if you've used much of it yourself, but it's awesome. Turns out really nice. It finishes out nice. I like this Limba too. Limba. Yeah, Limba. I think it's from Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, I write stuff down, but I forget. Well, you got to go up north. We do have forest. We got big mountains here. If you go up from Phoenix, you go straight up towards, like you're going to Prescott and Flagstaff, and then of course you're on the way to the Grand Canyon. But man, you're going to see some major mountains and trees. It's crazy. We got some big mountains. So the only thing we don't have, excuse me, the only thing we don't have is the ocean. But we got, if you were to travel from top to bottom of the state, you would see the terrain change immensely. Arizona's got so much to offer. We got a lot of game, great for hunting. At least it used to be. But you know, you got to take the good with the bad. Because in the summertime, if we want to get out of the heat, we go up north, which is like, the elevation is like 5,000 feet or more. And down here, of course, we're in the valley in the desert, and then big difference. But out where you're from, you can't go out of get out. You're in the same level basically. In Georgia, but you might have some mountains there, but Smoky Mountains. But yeah, I love it. I love Arizona. Yeah, there's a painted desert that is there, right? Yeah, it is. I can't remember if I've ever been to it. If I did, it was probably when I was young. Yeah, yeah, I love the trees and the mountains too. It would be easy for me to live up north in Prescott. Always loved Prescott. We used to have a cabin when I was a kid there. So, but anyway, well, I guess I ought to get started. Oh, before I get started, on your tailpiece, the little lever that you tighten down so it don't move. Here's what I did. I did something a little bit here because I never had enough leverage on this little bar, so I made me I had a couple pieces of copper. I soldered together, longer, and I slipped this ½ inch. I just had it random piece or whatever, and I save everything like you. And I made it where it slips over that handle, and now I got more leverage. I can tighten that bad boy down. And so I don't know if you have that problem with that little tiny lever that get a good tight. It's like goes right in the palm of your hand and puts a hole in your hand. So I made this. Voila. Pretty cool, huh? Anyways. Yeah. Okay, there's somebody else joined, but they're gone. Okay, William, I guess I ought to quit yakking and start chipping away at this bad boy here. Yeah, it does. I like it. My own invention. But you know how it is. You take something and you try to figure out how to make it. But now I can get a good grip on that thing and tighten that lever down, and so your tailpiece don't slide back. But oh, one other thing I made. Now I got to show you a few days. I just ordered this scraper. Look at that bad boy, 1.5 inches. I have not used it because I mainly get it for these bigger bowls I make, but I had to have one. Before that, I made my own. Check this out. My oldest grandson, he calls it Big Andy. I don't know where he got that. So, Andy it is. So this is Big Andy. It works pretty good. It don't stay sharp, but I just go there and write it down. I had some extra metal I used, and got me a little, and I turned this so it makes a handle, obviously, and then ripped this, slid it in there, and bolted it down. Kind of cool, huh? Works pretty good. If you got some lines on the inside, you just kind of smooth the thing right out. And I didn't have to pay any money for it. To make it, it already had it. So, anyways, that's Big Andy. Kids, yeah, he's 7 years old. The oldest, he's the oldest of the twin boys that I've talked about. You saw little Nolan. He's my little shadow. Everywhere I go, he's right there with me. But we have a good time. Then he likes to go play the guitars. Which, whatever they want to do is what I do. All right, let me get going here. Yeah, my favorite tool. You know, sometimes I've taken a big old long screwdriver and I flattened it out a little bit, and to use just an old screwdriver, old ugly old thing, long, just to make something I need to get in there without having to go out and buy a tool. But people are popping in and popping out. Anyways, let me get going. I'm yakking too much. Let's go see what happens here. This backdrop I just was showing you earlier cost me 20 bucks at Home Depot. Works for me. Because I got tired of cleaning all this mess up everywhere. So now it's pretty concentrated. A lot better anyway. flat spots out of there. Might dive into that a little bit more. Clean as I go here. Oh, are you back with me, William? I lost you for a while. All right, I'm gonna start. I like the little shape on this. Can you see it very well? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love this wood. It's really nice, and it carves out nice too. So, Limba, Limba, Limba. I know what kind. I think it's from Africa. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's called Black Leba. I think it's from Africa. There's so much stuff that's from Africa and South America or whatever, you know. It's crazy. Some stuff from, I think this leopard stuff is from the rainforest. But, anyway, I'm gonna start boring it out. I cheat a little bit. I go in about so far, about where my black mark is. This is a 2 3/8 bore bit. I had someone gave me a bunch of bore bits. You would believe. It's awesome. For free, and a bunch of router bits too. Crazy. I gotta show you this. I got blessed big time. All these, and about three or four of these big old bad boys. But I bore it out, and then I just chisel the rest of it out. Goes faster. Check all these router bits. You're not going to believe this. This is crazy. I don't know how much they cost. 30 or 40 bucks probably. I don't know. I know they're not cheap. All these virtually brand new bits, router bits, in here as well. Voila. I got blessed, man. And here's some other miscellaneous stuff. Here's another bit. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And I use this also to if I'm going to use my chuck, you know how we carve in a little spot right there. I use one of those. It's quicker, and I use the chisels too, which is fine. But I find if you just go in there, okay, you're done. And so everybody does it differently, but I try to go make it go easy as possible. There was a saying in East Texas, if you want the job done as fast as possible, get the laziest person to do it. I like that. So let's pull this bad boy out of here. Crashola. Now there's my little makeshift doodad here. It helps. It doesn't suck in all the chips, but it gets some of it, some dust. So I try to do that. So I'm gonna turn my wet vac on. I have a on my wet vac. You can obviously see. Excuse me. It's right here, but I bought a bunch of hose so I could set it outside my garage, because in the summertime it puts heat in here and plus noise. So it's sitting outside. I might lower the door down a little bit. Hang on, I'll be right back. That's better. Well, I'm going to bore it in to about here, and I'm using shorter mount screws. I use a long one, and I kept going too far, and I ended up leaving 4 little holes in some of my bowls, and I thought, well, went too far. So I got shorter screws. It seemed to be working well. There's nothing worse than ruining a piece of wood when you go, oh, it's beautiful, but then you got 4 little holes for the mount screws. So I could have done it the other way where you put the chuck on there, but there again, I'm still learning. Yeah, it speeds things up a little bit. But I love this. I'm going to turn the wet vac on and we're going to start boring this thing out. And it takes a lot of meat out. You don't have to carve it out. There again, get the laziest person to do the job. You can't see it. It is pulling some of this stuff in there, but I need a bigger end here. That would really help. I'll have to figure out. I'll probably make one so I can pull in more of that. But it don't matter. I'm getting some of the dust is what's going in here, not the old curly cues. Of course, I don't mind that. It just drops. But a lot of the dust is going here, and that's the key. So, anyway, hey, what's up, Blue Bonnet? How you doing, buddy? I saw you on Williams last night. I asked you to be my friend. Now we're friends. Awesome. Yeah. All right. I'm going to keep boring this out a little bit. Send some of that rain out here to Arizona. We always could use rain and a lot of it to fill up our lakes. You know? Okay. Okay, what y'all talking about? Talking about how fat I am? Well, I'm glad you guys are talking amongst yourself. Well, I'm gonna start scooping this out a little bit, see what happens. I got a nice little shape on it. Nothing fancy, but try to enhance the different layers. That's what I try to do. Don't have to, but I do. When I sand it, it'll round these off, obviously. Won't be so sharp. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Thank you, Mr. William. I appreciate it, man. You know, I wish, yeah, I love you. Just take you're when people talk about making organic stuff, you're the one that does that because I'm as you know, I have to get stuff in milled already, but that's awesome. I love to see that. You don't waste no wood. You can use it to build a fire, or you can make some art. And you definitely have created the art form of that stuff just laying out there in the forest. That's awesome. But do you have any mesquites out there? In mesquites, I don't recall seeing mesquites when I lived in East Texas, which is a lot of the same terrain that you have. Very wooded, and I don't recall that we have a lot of mesquites out here, and so anyway, Palo Verde is native. I don't know if you can, like I said, I don't know if you can turn that or not. I'll have to try that someday. My neighbor's got a big old Palo Verde tree right in the front yard. Anyway, let's get going. Well. William, you're still with me, man. Well, I'm scooping it out. I got a lot of meat out from here to here. It's fairly okay. From about here back, I've got to still take some meat out of there. But I guess you're here. It says you're here with me, so anyway, yeah, pretty cool. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I'll take a little breather. Today's Saturday, isn't it? I keep thinking it's Friday. I lost a day on the couch. I think we're going to be okay. It's pretty. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I was given. I was trying to find a 2.5 inch because I'm really lazy. The biggest I could find was a 2 3/8, but I never bought one. I'm glad I didn't because I got all these bits given to me and these bore bits, router bits, as I showed you. I mean, there's hundreds of dollars worth of stuff over there. And I didn't do a thing for it other than just exist. But I really like. I bought this a while back. I really like this little guy, my tailpiece. You know, for obvious reason, it's out of the way a lot better than the one that comes with it. I'm sure you've got one like this. You know, and I still use it when I'm making like a baseball bat, which I've only made 3 of those for my little guys. I just took a 4x4 redwood post and turned them, and they'll never break them. Well, maybe. You never know about them little guys. But, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Like I said, easy. Takes a lot of meat out quick. You know, I wished I would have. I noticed your wind lathe. You can adjust your speed with just a dial. I should have got that, but you know how it is. You don't think ahead. You try to go. The Ed show. Oh, yeah. Anyways, so you know how it is. I make it work. I'm kind of lazy. I leave it pretty much at. Let's see here. What speed do you normally use on an average, William? I've got mine set at 900. I know that's kind of slow when I have something big, though. It kind of gouges or stops. Okay. Yeah, I can't. I don't have an adjustment. I have to change the belts off the pulley and. Yeah. Ouch. Wow. So I'm thinking about getting one that has adjustable speeds on it because to stop and take the belts and flop them around, it goes quick, but it's kind of a pain in the rear. Uh, so I just kind of work with because I turn such small items lately. The 900 works pretty good for me. So it goes all the way up to 3,400 RPM. That's crazy. Golly, that'll sling something on. I think the 1,400 is the fastest I've ever had this thing going. Wow. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Well, $700 better than 1,000 any day. It's awesome. But so far this has done me well. I like I said, I look back on my first YouTube, and I remember I bought it in February of 2020. So I've been doing this for at least off and on. Obviously, I don't do it every day. 14 months, something like that. Yeah, like that. Maybe March, April, May. Yeah, 12, 13, 14. About 15 months, I guess. Total, I've had this thing. So, and I haven't even had to change a belt on it yet. So I've got two belts over there just in case. I bought a couple. You don't want to be in the middle of something and not have a belt, have to wait for it, and you have to order it. Gotta get my flashlight so I can see inside while I'm working. That helps. Yeah, I got some meat to take out of here. Yeah, that will be okay. All right. Guess I'll get going with it. Yeah. I can't remember what I paid for my little lathe, but I think I told you before, I did buy the extension on it. It goes all the way 40 some inches long. So I purposely did that to make baseball bats for my little guys. It was kind of fun. Never done it before. Nothing up to specs, but it's a bat. They don't know no difference. And I bought them the rubber T-ball type baseball to go with the bat, so they won't hurt each other too bad. All right, let me get going. Let me start scooping this out a little bit more. I've got some meat to take out of here from about here to wherever the bottom is. I hit walnut just a tad, so I don't want to go too far to hit the mount screws. And I have that little divot. That's the only downside of the thing. It leaves a little divot because of that obvious. So I have to scoop that out, try to get that. Sometimes I don't. It's so hard to get that little thing. Well, here we go. I don't even know when I started. 7. When did I start? 6:30? Anybody there? I don't remember. I've been up since about 3 o'clock my time. I think I got it all scooped out. I think I got her. It's okay. I'm just saying. Or take a little break. Yeah, look. Yeah, we'll see. I'm a clean as you go kind of guy, even when I cook. Clean as you go. But either way, it gets cleaned up. Well, let's just see here. I gotta make a better one of these. That was my first shot at making something. It helps a little bit. I was also given a whole mess of sandpaper. I've got more in my drawer down there. A lady that I know at my chiropractor's office, I think I maybe told you this a while back. Anyway, her husband used to make gun stocks, pistol grips, and she gave me a bunch of wood that I've already used, for the most part, all gone. Beautiful stuff. And a bunch of sandpaper. I got rolls of this stuff. There's some. This is a little more coarse. This is 100 grit. This is the heck. What is this? Oh, 40 grit. Crazy stuff. But I usually start off with about 100 grit. And I work up to 800. I don't know how you do it. Everybody does it differently, but I'm learning. At first, I really had a big process. Now I've kind of whittled it down to maybe 3 sandpaper. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Nothing better than free stuff. A friend of mine gave me a 10-inch Craftsman radial arm saw. I don't have it set up yet, just sitting over there. But I've got 3 chop saws, but I keep the 12-inch because I use that more. So I've got the other two put away. I got stuff everywhere. You start with 150? Yeah, I go, yeah. Oh, the 600. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm learning. There again, we're all learning how to do this. I do go next to 150 after this. For some reason, you always have a little pit or so, you know. It's hard to see the pits in this this limba wood, but I could put my eyes on that might help. It's not too bad. You know, it's always pitted at the very ends of the wood. You know how that is, but I don't mind imperfections. I think they kind of add to the character. Now this is really where this comes in handy when you're sanding, as you'll see most of it. It goes right in there. So it's pretty cool. Right in there. That's pretty cool. For once, I didn't have no gouges. I think I sharpened all my tools this morning. You inspired me last night. I think my tools were kind of dull, then I would leave gouges in. That's probably what happened. But this looked pretty good. I've only got a little sanding done. Obviously, you watch me. But I'm liking this little guy. And I didn't expose my mount screws. And which is good. Tiny little spot there right at the end of the wood, but nothing major. We'll get it out. 150. Well, I gotta see what everybody's been saying. Okay, well, thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. NH Woodworker, yeah, I seen some of your stuff. I looked at it last night when you were on with William, and I saw you. I thought, of course, I had to check you out. We always like to do that. All right. I think. think I'm ready to put some kind of finish on this thing. Any suggestions? What do you think? Wax. I got some mineral oil. I need to get some linseed oil. I'm gonna try that Dutch. What do you, hey William? That Dutch oil, is that what it was? I've never seen that used before, but hey, I know there's all kinds of ways to do this. But any suggestions? Of course, I could always go with polyurethane. I do a lot of. I just like it that way, but it don't matter to me. I might just go. Look at that, turned out pretty good. I got a nice smooth finish. I went all the way to 800. Now it's baby butt smooth. Yeah. What do you think? I don't have any linseed oil. I gotta get some. I've been meaning to do that. Every time I go to Home Depot, I forget and I don't write it down. Yeah. Raw linseed oil. Say, yeah, I'm not gonna eat out of this by any means or something like that. It's just for looks, whatnot. Yeah. So is. I think I'm just gonna wax this. Anybody got any other suggestions? Like I said, I need to get more stuff because okay. Wow, we got some people here. I think I'll just go with the wax. Okay, wax it is. Wax will buff it and shine nice. Okay, William and Todd, I'm going with wax. Here we go. I got plenty of it. I bought one and then I gave it to my daughter for her walnut bowl that I use. Wax it is, beeswax. Wood polish and conditioner. Orange oil. Okay. Get me a nifty radish. I did wash these. Believe it or not. Here we go. Voila. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? All natural. Yeah. What's bad for your skin? Did I miss something? Probably the wax. I think I see what you guys have been talking about. BRB. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, BRB. Okay. I got it. I got it now. I'm learning all these little abbreviations. I have to ask people what all that means sometimes.
Okay, good. Oh, that's all right. Well, I've got a few people here. Looks like I got three because I'm an internet sensation, of course. I'm gonna take it off so y'all can see. What I noticed, the Limba, because of the wax, went darker than when I used polyurethane on it. But that's okay. It's pretty. Let me take it out off here. Here we go. Walnut and Limba. Isn't that pretty? I just went just in enough to grab a hold of that walnut on the bottom, kind of give it that contrast look. Isn't that pretty stuff? And a little divot, but I'm not going to worry about that. That's pretty. I'm glad I used the wax. More natural than the polyurethane. I like polyurethane because it gets such a high gloss. Everyone's got their preference. I'm experimenting with different things now, but I got to get some of that Dutch oil. Superstar Desert Rat. Yeah. Yeah, we're all internet sensations, aren't we? A bunch of old guys out there trying to be cool. I am cool. My grandkids think I am. I tell them, Grandpa's cool. What do you think about this? I love that. God, that's just gorgeous. Looks like some of the grain that you use, William, in a way, because of the uniqueness of that. It's beautiful stuff. But I've got a couple of more molds, I think, over there that I've got glued up. Yeah. Yeah, we're woodworking rock stars. Well, you know, when I was using a lot of polyurethane on it, I learned that, I think I told you before, that the Bidoof and rosewood has a lot of oil in it. And if you put polyurethane on it, man, it stays tacky forever. So stay away from that. My buddy uses a lot of, I think it's called Mohawk lacquer. He gets it from Amazon. It's like $23 a can for that spray stuff. But you ought to see, like I said, you ought to see some of the drums he makes. So I got to get him to send me a bunch of pictures again. Yeah, an old map. Yeah, that's cool. I never thought about that. Yeah. Yeah, I call it a map bowl, I guess. I never thought about that, but you're right. Looks like, yeah, you're right. You're darn right. that's cool that you picked that up. I just love that. I'm in love with this bowl. It didn't take me long. Of course, I've been yakking a lot. But usually, if I don't yak too much, about an hour and a half typically, for a small bowl. But yeah, you can see I got big hands, but and I'm not a tall guy. I'm about 5'9" at best on a good day. But I think it's pretty. Oh yeah. Oh EJ, how you doing, bud? Glad you can help. I'm finishing this up. I don't know if you saw the beginning of it. I don't know if you were here. I'm sorry, I missed it. But yeah, there it is. I've got a couple more lined up. Let me go get them. This is the one I had glued up for me and my grandson. We never got to it because I wasn't doing well. Obviously, everything's backwards. I put that on there to take pictures of it because it's a memory for he and I. But he and I will get to it. We'll go live one day, probably in a couple weeks or so, whenever he gets back over here. We take turns. I got 3 grandsons. We just take turns periodically. They get to come over here. Oh, and then I got this one. It's another, poplar and a limbo wood. I'm just using what I got left, and I use a lot of poplar for contrast purposes, and plus it makes it thicker rather than such a small little narrow piece that I got. It's probably maybe 2 inches, and so I like to add something to it, and it makes a nice contrast. But on this one, obviously, I use the walnut contrast. I'm thinking I'm liking this a lot. But yeah, William said it looks like an old map, and you know what? He's right. Looks like an old map. But just the thing about it, you know what? There's only one thing about it. It's one of a kind stuff that we make. Yeah, that limbo does have a lot of character. Pretty cool. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. Didn't take long, and it carves good too. It's not like oak. Oak is wicked to me, and that last bowl I made from that leopard wood. Oh, that's another story, but it turned out okay. But I can't say I would recommend turning leopard wood, but I'm not going to totally rule it out as far as in the future. I might give it another shot, but just laminate it different rather than stack it. I might do it this way. Stripe it. Maybe it'll be better. I don't know. But I got a few things. There again, I got poplar. This is just a part of that same piece of wood that I bought at Woodworker Source. I buy remnants, so it's a little bit cheaper rather than trying to. But it's all ready to go. I'm going to mount it. And I showed you guys earlier, but this is the one I made. I don't know if EJ saw this yet or not. I think he did. Maybe the day I made it, but it's okay. It's got that wild looking texture to it. I don't know if you can see that well. Maybe that's good. But yeah, the oak I use is dry. There again, it was free. That's why I took it and used it. But man, I maybe my tools were just too dull that day. But that's that leopard. There's that little hole that was drilled in there, and it went deeper than I thought. I just patched it up with some sawdust, and it's got character now. I didn't want to have to cut down below it. See, that would make it too small, so I just left it. There again. Can't say it's one of my favorites, but like I said earlier, I think it'd make a great coffee table. Beautiful frames, some other shelving maybe. Yep. Yeah, I thought you saw it. I haven't done a reveal yet because I couldn't talk. I'm just now getting my voice back. So I'll do a reveal for other people. A lot of people have not seen this. So, and you know, and one guy, some young kid, he wrote me a DM, and he said thanks for inspiring him. He's like 14 years old or something. And it was so nice to get a little special note from a kid that I'm inspiring him, and I'm sure you guys do too. And I thought that's really kind of a young man to stop, take time, and personally send you a note and thanking him for the inspiration. And I thought that's pretty cool. That's awesome. So if you're watching, thank you. Yeah. So there you go. It's a bowl. There again, you learn. You know. We're all learning. I'm learning. Uh, but I like to watch the pros do it because you learn how to turn your tools and what tool to use. And we all do something a little bit different, whatever works for us, obviously. The wood that powers up the most would be Padauk, the African Padauk. That is like so fine. You really need to wear a mask for that for sure. I've only been turning. I bought my lathe in February of 2020, so I'm going on maybe off and on for 15 months, 14, 15 months. Uh, yeah, but we learn every day, and we learn from watching people. I learn from watching William and other people on here that I've been watching here and there, you know. And some of them they got the elaborate setup. I just have a little win that I went as cheap as I could because, you know, I don't have a lot of room for a big lathe unless I took out a workbench or something. But either way, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. I'm kind of addicted. My wife, she likes to be outside with her flowers, and I like gardening too. But since I've got my lathe, I've kind of haven't been digging in the dirt too much. I've been kind of married to this thing a bit. I love that. I'm totally happy. I've got to just use wax on it, no poly on it. But I do know, like I said, the wax made this look darker than I did with the poly. So, but either way, it's beautiful. Idiot. Okay, I'll put it back on here and let it soak in a little bit. Maybe put it on a little coat. But anyway, shoot. Oh, golly. I don't even remember when I started. Anybody can remember? William, when did I start this thing? I think it was like 6:30. No, it got to be longer than that. When did I start? Yeah. You know, my wife was listening to you talk about the very same thing that I say. I've gotten married to this thing, basically. She's over there laughing. She heard you because she was sitting there a while while I was watching you last night. I think I watched you for about 2 hours last night. I think it was. Wasn't it about 2 hours that you were on? But I didn't want to miss a thing, you know. But yeah, carbine tools. Next agenda. I want one that I can curve, go into the inside. I watched the Blind Woodsman. He's got tools that kind of go off into the inside where you can kind of carve on the inside and do different techniques that I have not done yet because of that. But so it must have been about 6:30. 6:30, 7:30, no, 5:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. I guess it was 5:30 I've been on. Oh, golly. Who knew? Time flies when you're retired. When you're retired, a week is a day. It really is. Oh, you were on for 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, I was gone. I had to take my grandson home, and I got right home at 5 o'clock so I could chime in on you. And I didn't want to miss it. And so, yeah, I timed that perfect. And then he lives a half hour away. So I had to get him home, stay there for a while and visit, and then hurry back. And I got home and I chimed in on you and here and there. And I watched you until you shut her down. So, yeah, you always learn something from everybody, no matter what. So, I guess I should be hitting the dusty trail here. Yeah, I know it. I don't even know. Like I said, one day my wife thought it was Thursday. I thought it was Tuesday. It was Wednesday. We're both retired. We got a pretty good laugh out of that. But yeah, we're like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what time it is. I've never owned a watch. I got my phone, so I really don't need one anyway. But I never owned a watch. I don't like jewelry. I took my wedding band off because I need to get it resized, and I lost it a couple of times. So I took it off because I don't want to lose it again. So until I get it resized to put it back on, it's just a little loose. But that's the only jewelry I wear and I own. Don't like it. Don't like stuff hanging on me. Yeah, I can relate. If you don't have a schedule, I had to think about it. I thought, oh, today's Saturday. I kept thinking it was Friday because, like I said, I lost a day on the couch, kind of not feeling too good, just slept it away basically. And but I never felt too bad. I was just really tired, and I had no voice for a while. So. But I'm up and running again, pretty good. Yeah, yeah, it's funny. Life is good. Life is really good. But, well, guys, I hate to get off the air here, but I appreciate you guys. Good to see you, all of you. Appreciate you, and as they say in Texas, appreciate you. And that's something I learned when I lived there. It's common. Appreciate you. Fixing to go have dinner. Go to the house and have dinner. I learned that one too. But my mom was a Texan, so I knew a lot of these phrases. Growing up, you had a billfold, not a wallet. So I was accustomed to hearing all these terms they use in Texas. Yeah. Thank you, William, for spending some time here with me. And EJ, appreciate you, buddy. I know you guys have hooked up, man. I know EJ, I believe you've been watching William. Did you watch him last night when he turned that epoxy bulb? Awesome, wasn't it? If you did, I think you were there. That's right. I think I said hi to you. Yeah, I did. That's what happens when you get old. You don't remember nothing either. Got my Gatorade. I don't drink sodas anymore. I've given up iced tea. I do have coffee, absolutely. Yeah, I remember you being there last night. Was that a beautiful bowl? My God, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. He got to do it first before me. Oh well, I guess I'll have to live vicariously through William here on some things. There we go. Yeah, we got to do it sometime, William. I did that with my son one night. I was online or something, and so we were on there together. He's a TikToker, obviously, and but he don't do woodworking, but he will someday, I'm sure. But he does kind of crazy stuff. But yeah, I don't know how many people can actually do it. It's just 2 people only, or can you do more than maybe like 4 people at a time? I don't know how that works. Because we did it a couple of times, my son and I. But it's on my YouTube, Ed the Desert Rat. Ed with 2 D's, Ed the Desert Rat, and on my YouTube, and it's got everything that I've done live. I download, upload it, I guess you will, up on YouTube. Stuff for my grandkids, family stuff, life stuff. Yeah, that would be cool. Heck yeah, we'll do that sometime. We'll have to set it up. So I gotta make sure my tools are sharp, so I can beat you at the finish line. But we do, we do stuff opposite things. But our my stuff and your stuff is totally opposite. But yet both unique. Every one of them's unique. I love it. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be really cool. Heck yeah. I threaten people, if I don't get more viewers and followers, I'm going to wear a bikini when I do this. Then they'll make sure they chime in because they don't want to see me like that. Not a pretty thing. I don't care. I figured, why not? If I want to be doing this, be right back. Okay, but all right. RH Woodworker. Is it RH or NH? NH, excuse me. I don't have my glasses on. Guitar player. Okay, awesome. Yeah, not a race, just a set period of time to make the project. Then who gets judged by TikTok? Oh my God, that could be dangerous. That's okay. I'm competitive, but I don't have to win. I know, we just do it for fun. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to tell them, if I don't get enough viewers and followers, I'm going to stand here with a bikini on. Ugly. It would be ugly. Oh, golly, I guess I should get going. But this is the first day I felt like being on here in a while. Back in action. Can't get the old guy down too fast. I'm 70 years old, and I don't color my hair, and I still have it all. But man, crazy. I've got a guitar I've had for 49 years, 48 years, something like that. 49 years. Yeah, I am grateful. I'm back in action. I just wish I'd felt better when my grandson was here because, like I said, I had it all planned for he and I to go live. So I'm setting that little project aside for when he's here next time. Because his twin brother, we did a live. I think you guys saw that. And if you don't, it's all on my YouTube. Ed the Desert Rat. Ed with 2 D's. Make sure you put the 2 D's in there. ADD, the Desert Rat. Ed the Desert Rat. That's how I spell my name. And outside in my backyard, we have a garden, so I call it the Garden of Eden because it's spelled with 2 D's. So it's not the Desert Rat Garden; it's Garden of Eden. A little play on words, But yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll upload this too because you'll hear me talking to you. They don't when you upload it. None of this conversation stuff's on there. Just me talking to you guys and me doing the woodworking and all that stuff. So the whole thing is on there. Most people are not going to sit there and watch an hour and a half, 2 hours, or whatever it takes. Some things are real short. The little bowl, I think I did it 3 segments because I just was not with it. So I made it real short and sweet each time I was on. But either way, it's all there. You can watch me and my grandsons play the guitar. We're the Desert Rat Bluegrass Band. We just have fun. All the guitars are out of tune. They're just strumming away. They think they're rocking out. But you'll see that on there. Some other stuff, family stuff. Me and my grandsons. You know, I only have 4 grandkids living here. The rest of them live out of state, different states. So they hang out with Grandpa a lot, and we do stuff. That's what it's all about, man. I love them little guys. They're so cool, and they're all obviously very different in their own ways. Even the twins, I call them Oscar and Felix. One of them is real particular about everything. I mean, he'll take his socks and crease it before he puts it on. The other one, he don't care. That's Nolan. He's the Oscar, and Evan's the Felix. That's what I call him, Oscar and Felix. And then Cullen, he's really intelligent. He's like a photographic memory, a lot like his dad. His dad can remember stuff crazy, and very more serious-minded boy, but very, very good at drawing. He's very good. So it's just good to see him try to nurture those gifts and help them out. You know. I always say, if a kid wants to be a writer, buy them some paper and pencils. If they want to be a guitar player, get them a guitar. I'm all about that. You know. So I taught my oldest granddaughter, oldest one, taught her how to play the guitar, but she plays a lot of instruments, and she plays, golly, mandolin. I gave her a mandolin too. Mandolin, guitar. Obviously, she got a 12-string. I gave her too. Really good guitar, and she plays sax. She plays French horn. She plays flute, keyboards. So, and then she sings. She's a really good singer. So she was with the children's choir for several years. Phoenix Children's Choir. Awesome, you know. But well, I got 3 of you guys here. You're probably tired of hearing me yak, but anyway, it's like someone just popped in. Well, shoot. I haven't even had any breakfast yet. That's against God. But you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Hey, Wade, are you going to go live tonight, do any woodworking? Chime me in and let me know. Or today. That's right, Saturday. You're off. You're not working probably. I only do one thing a day. I don't ever do like several balls. I should, but I gotta cut some wood and glue some stuff together. I think I want to do I got a bunch of Purple Heart right over there, and I've got some maple. I've never used maple before, but everybody's telling me it's great. Okay, thanks a lot there, Mr. Woodworker. N.H. Let me get my eyes on. I appreciate you coming by, buddy. I'll be looking forward to seeing your stuff. Do you go live? Anyways, I'm going to be gluing up some stuff. I think I want to do a solid bowl of Purple Heart. I'm going to try that out. I've used little pieces of it in pencil holders that I made, little crucifix crosses. They turn out nice. But I never done anything completely with that. Yeah. So, all right, guys. EJ, looks like you're here. I don't know. I think I lost Mr. William, but God bless all of you guys. You know, God bless America. Pray for our country. All right. I'm going to check out of this motel. And before I do, I got to wait a few seconds so I don't look like I just left the world here. So, y'all take care, and I'll see you again soon. And have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Bless you. Bless your marriages. Bless your family. Bless your jobs. Bless everybody, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know my comments were turned off. I thought I turned them on. Oops, sorry about that. I'll have to figure that out. There again, I'm still learning on how to do stuff. So, Hmm. I'll be darned. I'll check that out. I thought I had them turned on. Oh well. All right. God bless all of you. I'm gonna head out of here. Bye.